Good evening. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat South America. Hello, everybody. Hello, mods. Love you, and I mean it. Thanks for being here. Let's get who's ready to pull the okie doke on the algorithm. You know what to do, people. Susie, hello there. Chili Phil, Roberta, real deal. Look at this. This channel has gotten me through some very hard times over the last 2 years. You know what? It's a beautiful symbiotic relationship, real deal. I couldn't do it without you guys. I mean it. It's funny. I was just emailing somebody. Have you ever heard somebody say to you, you can't really know somebody? You can't really know anybody that you meet online. I beg to differ. I love you guys. I'm glad you guys are here. Gouthie, hello. Pepper Poppy, Dizzy. Oh, my friends are here. Anthony Murray, hello there. Thanks for being here. Hi, Kellyanne. Marley Werner, thanks for being here. Greg Parrott, you guys are awesome. There's Fowler. I got a 5x5 out of him. Peg City Peppers, hello there. And Barbara White. Sad day. We lost Ozzy Osbourne today. Crazy. It's a bummer. David Booley, thanks for being here. Grumpy Gill, hello there. Hi, Cliff Ann. Thank you for being here. Here's Chili Phil. I clicked that by accident. I'm glad I did. Just Joan. Exactly. You can know people. I feel like I know you guys. People say I'm crazy for that, but I do. Hi, Nikki. Hello, Jonathan. It's a sad day for the music world. Keith Kingman. CST 74. Marty Mongoose. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. Lindy 60. Hello there. Real deal. You know what? Can I tell you something? He was on my, hi, Lisa Trimble. He was on my bucket list. I never saw him. I've seen so much of him online, but I never saw him in concert. Me and my dad, I've been trying to hit you up, man. Well, you can email me at chasetheheat@gmail.com. I get a lot of emails, but I will try to get back to everybody. Barella, he gets it. The man, the myth, and the chili head. Thank you. Tassie Dalt from Down Under. Greetings. Thank you for being here. I'll tell you what, we don't need to pray for Oz anymore. What we need to do is pray for his family. But for sure, there's no doubt about that. Dane Young. Hey, I've had several people today say to me he went out on his own terms, performing just a few weeks ago. What a voice, man. I'm telling you. Unbelievable. All right. So, boy, you know what? I've learned something incredible just in the short time I've been here. My tolerance is in the basement. I'm not even joking. In the basement. And Katie's in the basket. She just woke up. She's going to tell me about the dreams she had. Hi, Katie. Oh, no, she's awake. Now she's going to destroy stuff. You didn't watch this morning show. Holy mackerel. Not a yoga day, Tassie Doll. It's kind of referring to my tolerance for spice. It's funny. I don't like watching videos of myself. I really don't. But I've watched some of the videos where I was with other people. And I know what I've done. I can't believe some of the things I've done spice-wise. And, most of the stuff I've done would send me to a hospital today. But the fun part is, like it or not, I'm a masochist. I kind of like pain. So the climbing, again, is fun. So I need to I have tincture and stuff in boxes, and they're on their way. Kind of excited about that. I need to get my tolerance up. Renee B, buenas noches, mi amigos. Thank you. Matt Winstead, excuse me. Hey, Johnny, I was watching some old school videos of you and David. How is him? And Big Al doing? I think they're both great. To 7, LOL. God is good. Boy, amen. Keep up the good work, my friend. You are an amazing man. You know what? Thank you for saying that, Matt. I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm trying. That's a big part of it. He did live a crazy life, Nikki. We all have, but boy, Ozzy, just a little harder, I think. Susie is still laughing at Katie playing it up this morning. Let me tell you something. She was acting like somebody's like dosed her or something. It was unbelievable the way she was behaving this morning, running around like a crazy cat, bouncing off walls. I'm not even joking. You shredding the boy. I'll tell you what. You have kids, and you get on the phone and you're watching your children. The second your attention's on the phone, you know what they do, right? Well, that's Katie. She was laying in this basket for the last 2 hours. The second I start talking, she's like stretching, doing the stretch thing. Like, great, here we go. But Tommy's here. This morning he was out and about, but he's here now. Archie's mom, thank you for being here. Hello, Johnny. All you lovely people in the chat and listening. You know, we're at 71. People must have pulled the okie doke. If you haven't hit that like button, please do. And you know what? If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do that. It helps. Tolerance with a capital T. You know what? It was in the day, but right now it is. Wow. It is absent. Jeremy says plutonium was the craziest thing I think anyone has done. I did it 3 times. Like, what was I thinking? You know, the first one was terrifying. Jamari, thank you for being here. Oh, Jamar, sorry, 19. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know what? That was really brutal. You know why the first one was so terrifying? Because I didn't know if it was going to kill me. The second one was bad because I knew what it was going to do to me because I had done it once before. All of them were bad. Sometimes working back up the tolerance, you have knowledge now how to approach the climb. Yeah, you know, I kind of do. I have one speed, and it's kind of all the way. So I'm going to do it. I'll get there. Greg says your tolerance is in the basement and still soaring in the clouds compared to us common folk. Ah, you're kind. Here's the thing. I like pepper pain. I don't like cap cramps. They're a drag. Somebody asked the other day, what are cap cramps? If you've never had them, it's essentially capsaicin poisoning. Capsaicin is this, the spicy, that's the formula, the chemical compound for capsaicin. It's the spice in peppers. And if you have too much, if you ever read what is capsaicin poisoning, it's hilarious because it'll say flushed face, sweating, hiccups, stomach irritation in the stomach. It's brutal. But so I don't appreciate cap cramps. I don't like them at all. Roberta, maybe if I send the package of Spanx, he can get it to you. We'll figure something out, Roberta. You know what? Email me at chasetheheat@gmail.com. You and I are going to figure this out. I'm not worried about you, girl. She is a crazy cat, Dizzy, and she's 15 pounds now. She's grown like she's got a tapeworm. She eats, honest to God, she goes to the bathroom 4 times a day. She was on the crazy train. Well played. You know, that was one of the first songs I learned to play a long, long time ago. And you know what? For 15 years, I played it wrong. And then I learned how to play it right and felt like such an idiot. Rocket Queen, hello, DS Kitty. Finally made it. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Yeah, we all heard about Ozzy. It's a tough one. And then you got Keith Richards still out there doing it. Isn't that insane? It's unbelievable. I'm trying to catch up here. You know what? I wonder how. See, I have no idea how to slow down the chat because here's my problem. I try to get all the good ones. If you have comments you like, if you put some capital C's in front of the comment, like you have a comment you want me to read, it'll catch my attention, and I'll put there's a little star here that I see. I'll put a star next to it, and I'll get to them. If you have questions, throw some cues in there. Lilac Lime, are you shipping the fancy little box down here? Yes, we are, and I think I'm going to get a second one. Not that we need it, but it would be cool to have 2. Renee says, everything in life is progress, not perfection. You'll achieve an increased tolerance for spice. Yeah. And the process is fun for me. I know it's weird, but it is. I mean, I look back at the things I've done, and it's horrifying. Some of them are just, it's scary at this point. I can't wait to do it again. How long do you think your tolerance will take to go up? I guess it depends on how much pain you can take, Tassie Dalt asks. Yeah, you know what? I'm that weirdo that if you've watched my videos, I have a hard time saying I'm at a 10. Like, I'm the wrong guy. If you twist my arm and say uncle, I'll probably let you break my arm because I don't like saying uncle. And I have a problem saying, all right, I can't take it anymore. I'm the guy that thinks I can always take just a little bit more pain. So I know it's not, hey, look, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. So I got some comments here. It's going to take me a minute to get to them all. Look at that. Captain Capsaicin. Greetings from steamy, hot Minnesota. How hot is it today? It was about 70 today. 65 or 70. The wind was blowing. When it happens, it actually is kind of chilly. Dizzy says, how much does sending stuff there to Ecuador cost? I don't know. I haven't sent. I have some big boxes, but that's not really a good indication. These boxes weigh 50 pounds, so I'm not quite sure. Bullet 773. Johnny, a guy that went from eating hot peppers to being an inspiration. It's awfully kind of you to say that. I really appreciate it. I do, honestly. Sam says, I have a plant of chocolate MA warthogs, Johnny. It's the one I crossed, chocolate primata. Wow. That's exciting. It's going to be a good cross. I don't know what it's going to be like. Kellyanne says, Keith Richards could pass for a zombie. Sweetheart of a guy. Have you ever seen Keith Richards' hands? Don't do it now because you're here. I'm glad that you're here. But when you get some time, Google, just type in Keith Richards' hands. You will not believe that those hands play guitar as well as he does. Lindy60, I'm new to the world of chili, but I find it fascinating to watch you eat that hot sauce. Yeah, thank you. One of the really rough ones that I did, it was the only challenge, one of the few challenges that I knew going into it that I was going to fail at. Hellfire Hot Sauce. Merle, the owner of that sauce company, messaged me once. It's 95 and our heat index of 105 in Arkansas. That's awfully hot. He called me one day and he says, I got a challenge for you. I said, let's hear it. What do you got? He says, how about you drink a case of Fear This? A case. Israel, good to see you. I'm going to check. I'll get to your question in just a minute. I'm just making sure I say hi to everybody. Josh, the Cohen family. Oh, Riley Rose is there. Hi, Riley. Riley's such a doll. He has, you know what? I don't know if it's arthritis from playing because I hadn't played as long as he has, but I don't have any arthritis in my hands, thank God. But boy, he's a beast. No joke. Joseph Alfonso, good to see you. Glad you're here. Man, oh man. All right, let me get to more of these comments here. I never say 10 except during childbirth. Childbirth was a 10. I think the most painful ones I've ever done were probably the plutoniums. I mean, they hurt. When you prep, I really prepped well for those. And prepping well is like eating starchy stuff, making sure something's in your gut so it kind of softens. You want something between your stomach, like the bottom of your stomach, before the hot stuff gets on it. And the plutonium is 9 million Scoville heat units. And I've had hotter as far as Scoville is concerned. I've had, 16 million. However, that burns more. It's so painful. It's one of those eyes peeled. Thank you for being here. Aaron DiGiorno, good to see you. Good day, mate. It's one of those challenges that doesn't give a rip at all what you've prepped with. You're going to hurt. Look at that. Dumb Bass, good to see you. Glad you're here. Thanks for being here. I appreciate that. Here we go. Joseph, he emailed me yesterday. He's a good guy. Come on, Johnny. You wouldn't do what you do if you didn't like calf cramps, and you know it. Boy, you know what? I wish I had $1 for every hour I've suffered calf cramps. It's brutal. What hot sauce would be a 10 for you on the heat scale right now? Oh man, it's a lot. Half of the ones that Hellfire makes would be a 10. There's a lot of them that would be a 10. But I'll get there. I promise you I'll get there. I'm excited about it. Oh, hey, Johnny just ate some guacamole with RB003 mixer. That's a great pepper. Visually, like as far as the phenotype, that's probably my favorite pepper. It's absolutely one of the most incredible looking things. It's got just such a spectacular shape. It's incredible. Chili Phil says, when I ate 12 fire cubes, the cramps almost made me stop doing videos. You know how many times, listen, you know how many times I said, that's it, I'm done. I'm not lying to you. I'm human. I promise you I am. Several times I'm like this. I don't know why I do this, Tall Blue Grass, loving the live stream. So am I. Listen, can I tell you something? Let me tell you something interesting that's happening. It's very, very interesting. I'm going to try to make sure I check all the comments before I tell you this story. Charles Everidge, good to see you. He was a legend. There's no doubt. I want to see your name on the screen. Thank you, Charles, for being here. cat is jumping around, breaking stuff right now as we speak. Brave, good to see you. And I don't know what I was saying. Galthy says, which one is hard to handle, your daughter or your Pepper? Let's see. My daughter's spectacular. I have such a good daughter. She never gave me the trouble that my sons gave me. It's a true story. She's the most wonderful girl. She's incredible. She's very much like me, though. It's funny. It's interesting because the beginning stages of the RB003, everybody was getting bummed out, but the heat seemed to go down. Yeah, you know what? Here's the deal. It's not the hottest pepper. It just isn't. But boy, it's really pretty. Good question. The cat. What was your number one Ozzy song? I don't know, man. No More Tears is so heavy. I remember the first time I heard No More Tears, I was like, wow, is that a heavy tune? That's one of my favorites. It really is. It's an amazing song. Look at that. There is a friend of mine. He's a good man. Fried chicken is supposed to be pretty hot for a peach type. Cool looking pepper, too. You know what he's talking about? It looks like fried chicken. Mr. Crowley. Oh, man, Mr. Crowley. Here's the thing. There's so many. You know what? Favorite songs is kind of like favorite sauce. How many times have you heard me say I don't really have a favorite sauce? If I pick the right sauce for a given meal, it's my favorite sauce. Now, the next day, it's going to be something else. It's like that with songs. I don't really have a favorite song. Keith has arthritic nodules on his hands, repetitive motion. Yeah, well, but it's amazing. It really is. He's how old is the guy? Does anybody know? The green warthog, I have no idea if it's a jigsaw cross because it said grown in Jigsaw Field. I remember those seeds. What color jigsaw? I have no idea either. That's the fun of it. Whatever it is, it's going to be good, Iante is the name of my oldest daughter, and she's a big fan of watching Titos. Johnny, Dean, Kenny. You're a good dude, Sam. I learned more about chili peppers and spices in the last few days than the last 43 years. You know what? I'm still learning. There's so much I don't know. Let me tell you something. Tom Broom in the chat right now and Dizzy Dragon, they have forgotten more about peppers than I know. It's the truth. Will the great man Tommy be eating peppers with you? Tassie Delt, probably not. He doesn't, listen, he gets pretty salty. I burned him so many times. He doesn't dig it. That's not his get down. Joey Girl, thanks for being here. V-Bombs from New York, thank you for being here. Boy, I'm so far behind. Iron Man is amazing. Yeah, every single song you're putting in there are amazing. Truth. Miso Smokes, glad you're here. Shot in the Dark, right? That's a great song. Thank you, Tom. Let's see here. Well, look at that. You know what? I can make you. I'm going to do it right now. You can't do anything about it. Watch this. Thank you, Tony Zuder. Thank you so much. Mamie Money. Better you than me, my friend. Can I tell you, that was a pretty cool pepper. No, how come I can't? Frustrates me. I'm making you a mod. Everybody, just give me just a second, if you don't mind. I want to make her a mod. Nothing like having a friend you love and saying, that's it, you work now. I'm going to put you to work. Give me just a second. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to miss a lot of the chats, but I'm sorry. This is important. All right, let me see if I can find Tony Suter. And give me just a sec. There you are. And look at that. Add as a moderator. Boom. You are green now, or blue now. You should be. Manny Diller. Look at that. You're the man I like. Tall Blue Grass. Tony Suter. Thank you for accepting my blue wrench. He's 81 years old. I thought you were talking about how many people were in the chat. Pretty close. All right, here we go. Randy Rhodes or Zach Wilde? Randy Rhodes. Although Zach Wilde is pretty cool. Randy Rhodes was a freak. Really amazing. The funny thing about Ozzy, if you ever watched him, we can talk about Ozzy for a little bit. If you watch Ozzy, I had trouble talking. And I'm not getting busted him at all. He had trouble talking and walking, but you put this. I sang a razor's edge, man. That guy, what a voice. What a voice. Ulysses, thank you for being here. You should have moved to Australia, dude. You know what? I would have. But here's the deal. I don't know. I'm a rebel. Maybe they heard something I didn't want them to hear. I don't know. They wouldn't let me go there. Look at that. You're blue. You don't do dishes. You know what? I'm great at doing dishes. I don't mind that. John Ritchie ate a whole Reaper now, good guys. Aching. It's a killer pepper. I'm proud of you. Be proud. That's a scary pepper. I love Ozzy, man. I really do. He was an amazing artist. The guys. You know what I thought was always odd about Ozzy? That he would tell you the name of the song before every song. It's crazy. So anyway, I love Australia. I had a great time when I was there. I love the Aussies are wonderful. I was in Perth. I was in, been all over Australia. But they wouldn't let me in. You know what? Would you let me in your country? Fortunately, Ecuador did. So, thank God. Here we go. Renee, do you eat anything specific before a spicy challenge? Starchy stuff, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, a couple bananas. As long once my tolerance is high, as long as I got something in my gut, I'm fine. Right now, I make sure it's mashed potatoes, a couple bananas. My tolerance is really low right now. Total Beauty. Have you seen that new fried chicken? I have. It's kind of cool. You can be honest with you, eyes peeled. I'm not a big fan of. It's just the truth. I'm not a big fan of peach peppers. I'm really not. Cool color, but I don't think they're my favorite as far as taste. Brock Bandy. All I hear is Sharon. Brock, you're a rock star. Thanks for being here. What a legend, though. Think about the time, like just how long he did what he did. I live in Perth, Susie. I had a lot of fun in Perth. I really did. Archie's mom, they won't let me go to Australia either. Hey, you know what? Don't feel bad. Come to Ecuador. They're a little bit easier. We had to pass a background check, but as long as you haven't murdered somebody or like a bad kind of assault that we don't want to talk about, you know what I mean? Where you kind of force things. It's hideous. As long as you don't have those things and you've improved yourself, and they're pretty cool. Tommy passed it. We wouldn't be here if we didn't. I passed it. Hi, Jesse O. Good to see you. Dude, you can live in my house if you like. Like I said, they wouldn't let me there. Travis, hello. Thank you for being here. You know who's really tough about Canada? I have a DWI, which is a bummer, but it led to some good things and good changes in my life. If you have a DWI, I don't care if you're famous. I'm not, but I mean, like real famous people have been shut down for going there. They don't joke. They're careful. Let's see here. Real deal in the UK. We lost Oz today. Lost you. They gained me. Yeah, you know what? This is a beautiful, beautiful country. I had a funny comment. I want to tell you about this. I had a comment that someone said, I think you're depressed. This is what he said. I hope you don't still have it. I may have saved it. I'm sure I saved it, but if I do, I'm going to lose comments. He said, I hope this doesn't hurt your feelings too much, but I'm going to say it anyway, which I thought was weird. He says, you seem like somebody who's really depressed and you're just trying to put it on that you're happy. Maybe you're depressed or there's something going on. He says, I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. And I'm like, and then he said, they finished it by saying this, I'm probably reading you the wrong way, but I'm saying it anyway. Oh, silly. So then I want to make sure I wasn't reading it wrong. You know what I did? I took that comment, I uploaded to Chat GPT, and I said, give me your feel on this comment. He goes, it's snarky. They're pretending they're supporting you, but I can't remember exactly how they worded it, but so I kind of responded to him. He's not happy with me. Nikki, people checked out your ramen noodles with 2 different pepper extracts where you lost vision in one eye. Oh, you know what? I don't know if they saw that. If you get hot stuff in your eye, it's really a bummer. It's a drag. Brave, I'm glad you're here. Peppers with avocados is a fantastic idea. The avocados they have here is incredible. They're so delicious. Oh my gosh. Tommy and I eat a lot of them. Have I ever heard of Planet Caravan? I've listened to almost everything. You got to remember, I'm not quite as old as Ozzy, but pretty close. I'm really not that far away from Ozzy. That's crazy, but let me tell you how fast time goes by. You blink your eyes. Like my daughter, she was a teeny little girl. She was my baby girl. She's a freshman in med school. It's bizarre. What specialty of medicine is your daughter? She's going to be an orthopedic surgeon. And the reason she's going to be an orthopedic surgeon is that's what stopped her diving career. Yeah, it's a strange thing to say. I am so at peace. And I said to him, I wrote him back. I said, man, I can't begin to tell you how off you are. I said, you were kind of snarky. This is what Chat GPT said about your comment. Katie, come here. No, she'd see it. I mean, I want her to do something. She's not doing it. Tatsy says, it's amazing how you handle peppers and then touch your eyes without burning them. You know, the outside of peppers, they have no heat on them. People think they do, but they don't. I always like taking peppers and rubbing them on. There's nothing on the outside of pods. Now, I've had a lot. I was in, I don't remember where I was at. Been to too many places, but I got sprayed in the eyes with 9 million Scoville. No, 6 million. I think it was 6 million Scoville. I don't even remember. Tincture. It was really interesting. It was clear. It was such a strange tincture. And the tip of it had coagulated and it was actually black. Hi, Joel. Thank you for being here. So I had it. Oh my gosh. I was in this big event center and I was aiming the dropper that way. And I went to squeeze it to try to get, aimed at the ground to try to get the black gooky stuff out of the tip of it so I could enjoy some. And I swear to you, just like this. I squirted this way. It just took a dog leg left and got me right between the eyes. And it was the weirdest thing in the world because I got an instantaneous endorphin dump. I mean, just like that, I was higher than the cost of living. I'm not even joking. Then they took me to this they walked me over to this eye wash place. Remember in chemistry class in high school, there was an eye wash thing station. It was creepy looking, 2 balls that you put your face in and squirt water in your eye. Put a 1 in the chat if you know that putting water in your mouth kind of makes it worse. You guys know that? If your mouth is on fire and you put water in your mouth, what it does is it sort of just moves and spreads all the capsaicin around. For instance, the next time your mouth is hot, Tracy knows, you just think of where it's burning. Like it's burning here and here. Put some water in your mouth and swish it around and then do it again. Like, where am I burning? And I mean your gums burn, your teeth, everything burns. I got news for you. It does the same thing with your eyes. So here I am on fire in this event center. I thought I couldn't see. It was absolutely brutal. And they turned this water on, thinking it was going to help. And like when it's in your mouth, it does offer relief while the water's in your mouth. But the minute you swallow it, it's game over. And my face, the next day I had red streaks down my face from the burn. It was bizarre. Vintage Cooler, thank you for being here. Really appreciate that. It was the old dropper trick. Susie, when I was in, I want to tell you, when I was in, Tom knows, when I was in Perth, I went to the Araluen Pepper Fest. It's bizarre because it's in this valley of like these high peaks. You're never going to show up there by accident. So everybody that got there had to drive way out of the way to get there. And it was really, really fun. Kellyanne is throwing the old guy a bone. 76 is still pretty young in this day and age. You know what? I hope so. Nobody knows how many days he got, right? Tomorrow isn't promised. It's crazy. It goes by fast, you know. Tall bluegrass. Why are some jalapenos I buy crazy hot and are almost mild as a bell pepper? Right? Yes, it's weird. Does that happen with more crazy peppers as well? No, you know what? It's funny. We call that the rogue pepper. You can't listen. Jalapenos are sneaky as can be, and legend has it, all right, that if you buy 10 peppers, 10 jalapenos, one of them is going to be rogue. I've had a jalapeno that was as hot as a habanero. Now, jalapeno is like 6,000 to 9,000 Scoville or thereabouts, and habanero is a couple of 300,000 or so. I have had a jalapeno that was absolutely as hot as a habanero, and I've had some that were very mild. I've only experienced that with Fresno peppers, banana peppers. I think that's it. It happened to me filming Super Hot. We were filming the chicken episode. They were trying to find the best a new sauce. And I'm behind. The cameras are all moving around. And I'm going to be really honest with you. I was trying to look cool. I'm thinking in my head, nobody watching this at home. This is for brand new people that don't know anything about the chili community. So in my head, I'm thinking, I'm going to look really cool. These people watching this at home. Got Facts podcast. Good to see you. I'm thinking they don't really know I'm eating just a Fresno. So I was going to be really cool. So I'm eating these peppers like they're good and plenty. I was just eating one after the other, trying to look cool. And then I got a rogue one, and it lit me up bad. And I ate half of it, and I'm looking around going, nobody's going to see this. I threw the other half under the table because it was so hot. But jalapenos are the most, they're the ones that do it the most, as far as I'm concerned. It happens really frequently. It's not a stupid question. Non-servlum. Glad you asked. Did I move to South America? I did. I moved to South America. Very happy about it. It's a spectacular place. The people are they're so kind. Rick Spicer, good to see you. The people are so kind. They really are. Everybody you meet says hello to you. It's really just a beautiful place. I'm glad I did. Sam, email me some pictures of my F1s. Thank you. I'm going to look at them as soon as we're done. Thank you for that. Roberta says, I remember one episode of the Osbournes. Jack was going out with a Mary Jane leaf on his shirt and a knife in his pocket. Ozzy, absolutely forbid. You know what? Yeah. When you have kids, kids are going to do it. I can't imagine being I think what I put my mom and my dad through. Good Lord. I feel guilty about it. Sometimes I think about it. All right. We got problems here, folks. Jane is coming clean. I wouldn't recognize an Ozzy Osbourne song if you sang it to my face. By the way, thank you, Johnny. You're loved, Jane. You might recognize Crazy. I bet you might recognize Crazy Train. It really went mainstream, you know. Moises Jimenez. Did I ever consider? No, I didn't. We looked at a couple places. We looked at Uruguay. We looked at Costa Rica. And we looked at Mexico too. But this one just seemed perfect. And thank God it was. When we got here, it was like, this is home. Ozzy's voice had a plaintive wail to it that can't be imitated. But he just sang. There'll never be another voice like that. It really won't be. Sammy B, here again for another amazing chat. How you doing? I am better than I deserve. And I appreciate you asking me that. Honestly. Dizzy says you have a chance to redeem from blaspheming peach potatoes. You know what? You tell me what video you're thinking of when you say that, because I made too many of them and I don't remember. Kellyanne, I have a dark roast organic peanut butter on toast every morning. Really? That's kind of cool. We found, if you guys have a chance to get, and I'm serious, if you guys ever come across Sayo Rojo coffee, stop what you're doing and buy it. I'm not even joking you. It's the best coffee I've ever had. It is so good. We had it when we were at the hotel we were at when we first moved here. Megan, thank you for being here. Megan McKinney. Big Black Sabbath fan. Me too. I am too. Are you obviously the Ozzy era, right? Look at that. Herge is here. How cool. I'm so far behind you guys. I'm sorry. Renee B, I did not meet the pastor today. That's Thursday morning. She's picking us up at 8:55. We'll be meeting him at 9. He and his wife at 9. So we can't wait for that. If you don't know what happened, we got here and we found out that there is a tremendous problem with folks that are addicted to heroin. Mason Leon, good to see you. I'm going to get to your question in just a minute. Silver Surfer, what turned me off to Costa Rica is that the place I'm living in would cost $5 million or $10 million there. It was just too expensive. See, what was I just going to say? Oh, we got here. There's this tremendous drug problem. People are addicted to heroin. I am a recovering heroin addict. If you didn't know that, you know it now. Proud to be clean from that. My brother is as well. Look at that. Sayo Rojo. My goodness, is it good? Jay Berg. I'm an absolute chili head. Thank you. See what I did there? Thank you for saying that. So anyway, Rico Dorsey, good to see you. She tells that there's a tremendous problem with people addicted to heroin. And she actually runs a recovery center. It was incredible. So we started talking to her and we said, we'd like to help. We told her. Tommy just blurts out, I'm a recovering heroin addict. And her eyes got this big. And I said, I am too. It's funny. I waited to see her reaction. But she said, she looked at us and goes, I need you. Will you help me? I swear to you, just like that. And we both, Tommy and I were fighting to be the first one that said yes. So at the same time, we said yes. There's a center here, and there's a lot of men from all over South America, Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Argentina, and they're addicted to heroin. And it's a terrible addiction, but I know how to get out of that. And so does Tommy. So she said, will you help us? I said, yes. These men sleep 3 to a cot. And I got a bed. We could put 5 people in mine. It's a huge bed. It's a cot, and there are 3 guys per bed. So we don't want a bigger recovery center. We just want to get those guys clean and living their best life. So we're starting. We've been trying to do this since we got here because we learned about this very early. Danny Diller, good to see you. I want to get to your comment in just a second. Anyway, we've been knowing this for a while, but Amy, our realtor, bounced and went to back to the States for a while. She had some things with family she had to do. So now she's back, and this Thursday we're meeting the pastor and his wife, and then on Saturday we're going out to the center. And I said to her, I said, my I don't speak Spanish. It's horrible. And she said, I said, we need to get a translator. And she went, I'm your translator. So we are really, really excited to make a difference. And the funny thing about that is this. We got here and thinking not to retire. I'm never going to retire. All right. I'll tell you that right now. But we got here thinking that we're going to kind of wind down and kind of different focus and have fun and not really worry about things. And God had a different plan. So now our goal is to clean up this beautiful country. We're gonna help people get off that, get sober and beat a terrible, terrible addiction. That's our goal. And I'm also doing what I can I want to do a lot for Noah Wright. Good to see you, man. Crunch, good to see you. Thank you for being here. I'm getting everybody's questions, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm behind. I want to do for the Ecuadorian market what I tried to do in America. I want to help them sell more hot sauce. I want to get these pepper growers to get their names out. So that's what we're going to do. So our plan changed, and now we're doing this. Joseph, did you know I can get a DUI in my wheelchair if a police officer suspects? I did know that. You can also get one on a lawnmower because I've seen it happen. True story. Or a bicycle. I'm not joking. Absolutely. So be good. I know you are, Joseph. What gets me is I can wash my hands with hot water, soap, dry excessively, and an hour later touch my eyes. Wow, the burn. Yeah, it's a fact. Any kids in the chat? I'll tell you a funny story, but I want to kind of not off. It's kind of PG. Chad, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I was married. I started the channel. I was married. And CKYT, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. I want you to see that. Hey, thanks for being here. So I was married and I had a challenge, and I swear to you, I washed my hands so many times, and I wasn't trying to burn anybody, my wife. I wasn't trying to do that. But I went to bed and, excuse me, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden the lights are on. I don't know why. She's screaming at me. I didn't know what I did. Apparently I touched her. I didn't know. I didn't mean to. I didn't do it on purpose. But she was screaming at me. She jumped up, turned on the light, went into the bathroom, and put the shower on, cold water. And she was salty about that. She was mad. She held a grudge about that one. So, yeah, you know what? It helps if you wash your hands with like olive oil. Believe it or not, it will help a little bit. True story. It isn't pretty, but it's a true story. I cut 2 pods open on a video, and then washed my hands and still burned my eyes, taking my contacts. Chili head with contacts? Get some glasses, bro. I can't imagine being a chili head with contacts. I decided one day I wanted to have contacts. All right. So I went to this place and I got contacts. Kristen, you're funny. And she said to me, this doctor, the woman that helped me, she said, look, here's the deal. You can't leave until you can demonstrate that you can put these things in. I said, okay. And I put it on my finger, and blinked, and before you know it, it worked fine. This is a funny story. And everything was fine. I went home. I was like, man, I need to put glasses on. Wicked cool. I'm like, I'm going to dig this. That night, I went to take them out. She shouldn't worry about putting them in. Putting them in is easy. It was taking them out. I couldn't get them out. I kept pinching and I couldn't get them out. I have a sister. I'm going to get to that question in just a second, dude. I have a sister. I called her. I'm like, Ann, you got to help me. She's like, what? I'm like, how do you get contacts in? She goes, you don't have contacts. I said, I do, and I can't get them out. How? And she told me, and it just didn't work. I finally got one out and got the other one out. But my eyes, it looked like I got the bark beat off me. My eyes were such a mess. The next day I went to work and I was running a phone room, and I went to work and the guy that owned the company who was there and went, "Dude, you have pink eye." And I knew I didn't have pink eye. I pulled a fast one. He goes, "Man, you can't be with pink eye. It's contagious." I said, "Man, you're right. I'll see you tomorrow." I walked out, took the day off. Sorry. John Ritchie, hi, everybody. Sorry for the delayed response. It was my second Reaper of the day. I have a tolerance, but my guts don't have the tolerance yet. Feeling better after some corn dogs. Thanks for the warm welcome. Yeah, here's the thing. It happens to everybody. Your mouth will write a check that your stomach can't cash. You know what I mean? It happens to everybody. You start eating spicy stuff, and before you know it, you're like, man, because the tolerance in the mouth builds really quickly. There are 3 places that you got to worry about your tolerance building. Your mouth, which builds very fast. And then you got to worry about the tolerance in your stomach, how you process, right, what you're eating. Then you got to worry about how you get rid of them, how you do in the Oval Office. And that one takes the longest to build. And what happens is you're out eating wings with buddies or your friends, and you eat, and they're like, "I can't believe you can eat that." And you're like, "Yeah, you bet. Eat another one." Before you know it, you've eaten too many, and you're fine. You're like, "Ah, this is cool." You go home and you go to bed. Put a 1 in the chat if you've experienced this. You go home and you go to bed, you think you're fine at 3 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning, things get bad. Ozzy was 76. Between his Parkinson's and heavy drug and drinking, he lived a long life. Can I tell you something? A very long life. Considering how he lived, it's crazy. David Booley, John's my favorite YouTuber. You're a rock star, David. Thank you for being here, dude. I appreciate it. Sammy B, I learned over the past few years that after peppers, just clean your hands with sanitizer. Yeah, that'll work. It'll help. But here's the thing. Still be careful. I've gotten to the point where I switched water to reactivate the burn. You're a savage. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I used water. Instead of, you never saw me drink. Well, the other time you saw me drink milk was the time that Tommy and I tried to drink a gallon of it. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. I may be just imagining, but I think I can tell which jalapeno is hotter by smelling the outside of them. I was right today. Interesting. You have a tremendous sense of smell, KM. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure I could. Look at all the ones. A lot of people have experienced that. Yeah, it's a bummer. It sneaks up on you. It does. I'm so far behind in the comments. Jeez Louise. Does it really? Oh, Roberta, does it really hot stuff burn coming out? Yeah, it does. James Castro, good to see you. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what fire hose is. Anybody experience fire hose here? Keith, hello. The women, fire lily, they call it. It's brutal. It's when it's got to get out of you, right? I've had hot tears. You have so much capsaicin in your nasal cavity that tears come out and tears burn your eyes. Look at all the people that know what fire hose is or fire lily. It's when the first time I had it scared me to death. I ate a burger I ate the 4 Horsemen burger. You guys remember that? That was one of my challenges. Ate the 4 Horsemen burger, went home and went to the bathroom, and it burned like I had a problem. I mean, burned. I mean, like horrible. And I was like, why is this? I'm like, oh, you idiot. You just ate something really hot. It burns. It's a terrible feeling. Do all peppers in the same color group, i.e. chocolate, yellow, and red, have a similar flavor profile? That's a great question. Kind of. Chocolate pods tend to be floral, and yellow pods tend to be fruitier. Orange pods tend to be fruitier. So kind of. That's a good question, Lisa. I feel like the edit I made was at the ending of a normal Chase the Heat, and now it's called Chase the Heat North America. We're going to keep the South America thing going. I touched my DBL Doomed bottle on the lid and got some on my finger and didn't notice it. That's a bummer. That'll do it. Most of the jalapenos at my local stores have no heat at all. It happens. It's a bummer. It happens. Broom does. Yeah, but we know you do. You make the hottest, best tasting tincture I've ever had. And that's not a joke. He really does. What's great about Tom's tincture is he ages it. All start with the same batch, but there's 6-month, 12-month, 2-year, 3-year. It's incredible. It changes so much. The quality of the flavor of it changes so much. It's amazing. I touched one mystery pepper to my nose, and my top lip swelled huge. We'll get you. Capsaicin, listen, I think we're making a mistake having bombs that destroy buildings. Let me tell you something. You get capsaicin like extract, like 16 million, and you figure out a way to put it in a spray like you do crops. You go over a city that you're having a problem with, like in a wartime situation, and you just douse that city with capsaicin. Then a couple days later, you go in, and the city's going to be empty. It should be used as a weapon, and they use it on. I've been pepper sprayed. Think about it. When you get hit with pepper spray, it's like bear spray. It's usually between 2.5, 4 million to 6 million. They'll take the wind out of your seal. It'll stop you. It'll take a lot of the fight out of you. Most of the help. Oh yeah, you told me that. I read that one already. Sorry. A Real Deal says, would love to see that Johnny eating peppers with Joe. That would be great. It's kind of hard now that I'm here, but I'm going to eat a lot more peppers coming. There's my herd. I've been eating Mezzetta hot peppers. Great peppers every day, and they have zero heat. But they didn't have zero heat when you started, right? Already got that one. Thursday, I can't wait. Hey, Lisa Trimble. They'll have different levels of each flavor type, but for the most part, they stay the same types of flavor. Yeah, that's kind of how I answered it. The newer travel show with Jack and Ozzy. Yeah, that's a pretty fascinating dude. Any new hot peppers you can get in South America that you can't really find back in the States? I'm looking like crazy. I'm going to go to there's a farmer's market. I got to get to that, and I'm hoping I will. So I am sure that is going to be the case. I'm hoping anyway. Israel says, I should do a video or stream eating a jalapeno pepper. Boy, that's a good idea. You know what I did? I actually did a training class for people that want to start with a jalapeno. It's a 6-day class. You have 6 peppers or a bunch of peppers. You start with just a teeny bit of it. And each day you eat a little bit more. And I had everybody write down their notes, what they prepped with, how hot it was, where it burned them. It was really kind of a cool thing. And by the day 6, the goal is that you can eat a whole pepper. And there were so many people that did it. It was very cool. I did that with a number of different peppers. So, Chad, do I still eat peppers? I do. But I'm in a new country right now. But I absolutely am going to be finding hot peppers, and I'm going to be eating them. Listen, I can't not eat peppers. I'm a chili head. There she is. A bee lady apiary. Did I say it right? I'm glad you're here. Thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, good night, Gouthie. Say good night to Gouthie. Hang in there. I appreciate you being here. Johnny, is that they use capsaicin? They just use a form of extract in pepper sprays. But the problem is this: it isn't just pepper. Like if I could find a pepper spray that law enforcement used that was just pepper, I would have made the funniest video for you guys. I would have had them spray me. A whole bunch of people spray me down with it. But every one of them has. Kent Eric, we'll get to your question in just a moment. Every one of them has a boatload of other chemicals in there, and that's a drag. It's a real bummer. So I don't want, I'm not into that. So, but it is hot. Let me get to some of these questions. Boy, you guys, I'm behind in the chat. I'm sorry. That's Spanish. I'm going to have to skip that one. I'll get to a day where I can read that. John Richie, well, I didn't know that, but peppers probably helped you recover. I bet due to the endorphin rush. I don't know. People said that. I trained one drug for another. I haven't had peppers. Like I haven't been doing the getting an endorphin rush on the regular, and I'm not, I'm still sober. So I don't know. I think I'm just really glad I'm sober. Am I ever going to compete with the Pepper Queen again from the UK? You know what? I never say never about anything because life is long and weird. And if you want to see something happen, guess what you do? Say never about it. So I don't know. We'll see. She's a ferocious competitor. Uruguay and Panama are cheaper. You can use U.S. Yeah, they use U.S. currency here. It's amazing. Even though they use U.S. currency, it's kind of weird. Even though they use U.S. currency, they still have an exchange rate, sort of. Like a police officer in this city in Ecuador makes about $9,000 a year. You're like, $9,000? Yeah, he's doing well, making $9,000 a year. The living wage is about $450 a month. Meaning, if you make $450 a month, you can have a place to live, cover groceries, have a vehicle, food, and take care of a family. $450 a month. So it's absolutely a spectacular place to live. Are you worried about the lectins in hot sauce? You know what? Maybe it's just I'm a weirdo crunch. I don't worry about anything. I really don't. It's gotten me in trouble at times, but it's kind of how I roll. not trying to give you a short answer, but I don't really worry about much. Is it just me because I'm a month off of methadone and my body and mind is coming back to life, or can anyone else feel something in the universe? And yeah, let me tell you something. There is absolutely, man, I'll tell you what, put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about, if you can feel it. There has been a shift. Google user, good to see you. Something is happening. And here's what's going on. There is, I don't want to call it a movement. What's going on is there is a wave of love. And I'm telling you, the problem, love is going to conquer everything that's going on in the world right now. But here's the issue. Like, I can't fix the world. I just can't. Like, I can't get the world sober. It doesn't work that way. I got me sober. And although, I'm choosing to be happy. Happy is a choice. And it's a hard thing. There's some people like, yes, it is, Megan. That is capsaicin. And the funny thing about it is, look, can't you see Johnny in that? Doesn't it look like a Johnnny? It looks like Johnny. I swear it does. Kind of cool, right? So love is going to win. Love is what's going to make everything work. John, I'm glad you're here. I had to say hello at least. Thank you for saying hello. I'm glad you're here. I'll get more of the start. God, thanks. Who remembers Johnny and his rubber kitchen gloves video? Yeah, I remember that one. That was a fun video. I do remember that. I know somebody got a DUI on a bike. You know what? I feel so bad. I'm so far behind in the comments. Funny story. I went to a Tesla dealership. Even when the car is driving, you get a DWI. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I would never trust a self-driving car. No way. No way. Number one, I just have trust issues, I guess. But number two, I like driving. I wouldn't want to do that. But here, you don't need a car. It'd be ridiculous to have a car here. I had luck washing with cold water and soap and not using hot water. Huh, interesting. Think about that next time. I do remember you mentioning your wife and her hair. We don't talk anymore. I've heard the essential oils from lemons I can see that. I absolutely can see that. John asks, when you develop a tolerance, you kind of miss that burn of the past, but the gut aches suck. I guess I need more tolerance. Yeah, I love the burn. It got to a point where I had to do so much to hurt myself. It sounds weird. Now it doesn't take much to hurt myself. It's just like anything else. If you drink alcohol, see, it's funny. People always ask me, how do I increase my tolerance? Can you imagine somebody going to a bar and saying, listen, dude, can I have a shot? How do I increase my tolerance for this? Drink more, right? It's the same thing with peppers. If you want to increase your tolerance for capsaicin, eat more, hotter, and more of it. It's very, very simple. Here we go. Tom Broom for the soap guy. Chlorine will turn capsaicin into a water-soluble material. Rinse hands with Clorox solution and let it sit for a minute. Then wash hands for soap as usual. There you go. That guy knows what he's talking about. You know what's funny? Every pepper grower I've ever met, I've met a lot of them, every pepper grower I have ever met says that they have a secret that makes them different. I got news for you. Broom does. I'm not going to say what it is because I would never want to let his secrets out. But there's a secret he has. I'm sorry. What the shift is that there is love. There's such a spirit of love going on. If you haven't been watching my channel, then you don't know. But if you've watched Tommy's channel and my channel over the last 4 days, I'm telling you, there's an amazing shift, and love is happening. I know it sounds corny. Love is happening. Love is what's going to make things work. It's the truth. Here's the funny thing about that. Being positive and happy and being loving, the people that are not that way really don't like it. So what has happened with me, I'm not joking. If I told you that about 1,000 people in the last 7 days have decided that this channel isn't for them anymore, would you believe me? I'm telling you the truth. Easily 1,000. Now, do you think that troubles me? I'm a content creator. You think that troubles me? Number one, it doesn't. I've got the plaque over, we've got the Silver Play Button Award for having 100,000 followers. So it doesn't bother me a bit. What is happening with this channel right now? There's a shift. I'm basically just changing the subscriber. Everything's changing. Negative people are saying, I can't deal with this guy anymore. It's too much. You talk about God too much. You're too positive. I'm sick of hearing about love. I don't mind. And what's happening is, what happens if you're positive? You attract positive people and you repel negative people. So what's happening is negative people are leaving, positive people are coming. Some of the people that are here now are super positive anyway, and they're not leaving. That happens. But the negative people that follow me are leaving. And yes, this week, I don't know what day it was. This week, we're in the morning. Tommy's looking at his numbers. I'm looking at mine. Tommy goes, I lost 30 people overnight. I'm like, I lost 65. Fist bump. He sticks his fist out because the right people are leaving. And I don't want anyone that sounds ugly. Sorry. The right people are leaving and the right people are coming. So in time, all that's happened is this is becoming a far more positive place to be. And I'm telling you, just me saying that right now, there's going to be a whole bunch of people that are unsubscribing. When this video is over, I will be 50 down from when I started. I swear to you, by morning, I'm not kidding. If you want, in the morning, I do a morning show every day at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Come on, I'll tell you how many left. You'll be stunned. And it's the greatest thing in the world. How about that? What is the best ceviche? There's an Italian joint about 100 yards to the right as you leave our apartment. And so far, that's my favorite. Everybody makes great ceviche. But they put garlic in their ceviche, which is really cool because it's the first place we've been to that actually has garlic in their ceviche. So it's fantastic. Now, the truth is, I've had a couple bad steaks here since I've been here, but I've never had bad ceviche. It's so good. I could live on it. I kind of have been, actually. Let's see. A lot of these questions I've answered already that somebody else has answered, so I'm moving to the ones that I haven't answered. Noah asks, would you ever drink a full bottle of Double Doomed rebooted? No, absolutely not. No. Listen, I like pain. Here's why. Any of you think I need to prove anything at this point? Proof of that is this. I started talking about love. The numbers were 100 a few minutes ago. Now we're down to 89. Negative people don't like positivity. Mm-hmm. And now we're back up to 95 because positivity attracts. It's the truth. Look at this. Heard you. I guess you know who your real friends are. Here's the funny thing. There's been an exodus, and a lot of people are leaving. And I swear to you, I don't mind. Raspberry, good to see you. I had a comment. I made a video today, and I said a lot of people are leaving. I'm really cool. Here, I'll show you the comment because I have it here. Check this out. Look what he says. What a beautiful story. I'm one of those that unsubscribed, but I've resubscribed. God bless. A lot of the good people are coming back. The good people are coming back, and the negative people, they're leaving. And honestly, I give you my word, I don't mind. None of it I find troubling in the slightest. And the truth is, Eric Odom, good to see you. It probably does help that I've already got the silver play button. You know what I mean? I'm not too worried about that. But you know what? It's an odd flex. I don't put it in every video. It's not that big a deal. It really isn't. It's easy to say that I haven't. You know what I mean? If you don't have one, you kind of wish you did. But you know what? I'm a happier content creator now. If you didn't see the video a couple of days ago, I had a giant revelation. And the giant revelation I had is that forever, I'm going to skip the comments for a minute. Forever, I've hated the word influencer. You ever hear me say that? Have you ever heard me say that? I hated the word influencer. It made me want to take a shower because I think about the Tate brothers or the Paul brothers. Really, it was just, ugh. I'm sure there are people in the chat that have heard me say I'm not an influencer. But then I did a video recently about my exodus of the normal chili community. And I'm going to tell you something. I got so many comments and so many emails. The next day I read the comments. Let me tell you something. Do you know how many people play guitar now because they watch videos? There are. They've emailed me. When I got my cat, I got 4 or 5 emails with people that they went out and got a Maine Coon cat because I have one. Put a 1 in the chat if you eat peppers because you saw me, or if you started a YouTube channel because of me. It's not an arrogance thing. It's not. But guess what? I'm an influencer. It is what it is. But I've had this giant paradigm. It was just a huge shift. I am an influencer, but it's really as a result, though. Patrick Mitchell, good to see you. There's a tremendous responsibility in that. I want to make better content. I want to be an influencer of nothing but positivity. If you watch the channel now, go back and watch it 6 years ago. It's a different channel now. And if my positivity runs people off, I'm not fooling. What are you doing, Kat? Katie, come here. Yeah, she's all right. But if my positivity is going to make people bounce, that's something to be celebrate. If you ask me, honestly, if that sounds weird, sorry. I only want life is too short to be around people that are going to suck the life out of the room. I'm not going to have it at all. You know, there are people in your life. I swear to you, there are people in your life that are going to uplift you, and there are people that are going to pull you down. Get away from the people that pull you down. Surround yourself with positive people that are going to support you, and that's it. So what's happening is a beautiful thing is happening. It's kind of a cool thing. Very happy that it's happening. Have I ever tried pure capsaicin? I have. The Australian chili queen. I was with her in Sydney in a bar, still drinking back then. I was in a bar with her, and she had 16 million Scoville pure capsaicin crystals. And I did it. You know what? Plutonium burned me more, the truth. Dizzy says, you got to go to the Galapagos Islands. Look around. You might find a rare capsicum. See, he's pulling my leg. I don't believe that. Whatever. He does it to me all the time. Because when I say, is it really one of those? He'll laugh at me. Is it really one of those? Don't fool me. If you get on a boat and you go that way for 6 hours, you arrive at the Galapagos Islands. And that's like a once in a lifetime sort of a thing, right? I'm going there. No two ways about it. Broom says, funny thing, Kent, we tried a pile of pure capsaicin and then tried the same size pile with a drop of vodka on it. The vodka, yeah, it tastes better. It's also hotter because it does activate it. Now, I've had people say, well, the tubaterra isn't really hot because you don't activate that capsaicin. Buy some. Yeah. Eat them. Eat them. Tell me what you think. Uh-oh, look at this. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, I thought you said South America. South Australia. That's good. I'm a chili gardener in South Australia. Have you tried Brain Killer 1 and 2? I don't remember, to be honest with you. But there are over 5,000 different strains. People think I've eaten them all. I bet you I haven't had more than 100 different strains of peppers. Believe it or not. Yeah, I'm sure of it. There's so much out there that I haven't done yet. Bee Lady just got a stun gun along with pepper spray in one item. Sounds like a party, huh? You can hit me with a pepper spray, Bee Lady, but don't get me with a stun gun. I'm not into getting shot. They use capsaicin in bear pepper spray. They just have a little bit hotter. It's like 4 or 5 million Scoville. So, I'm so far behind you guys. I really am. And not only am I behind, but it's just crazy. I'm sorry, you guys. I need to slow this thing down. Josh Rodriguez, look at this. I tried the tubaterra 5 years ago. I still remember the pain. And he only ate 2 peanuts. My bad. Mea culpa. No Nebro. I've been subscribed for over a year. Jesus is good. Indeed. Tell me about it. But after your show on the change of the day, I am unsubscribed. I thought maybe he did not like my comment. Heads up, brother. You can subscribe if you want. If you think Jesus is good, you're probably at the right place because I do too. But here's the thing. It doesn't really matter. Isn't that a weird thing? It doesn't matter whether you subscribe or not. People are going to watch this. As long as I make videos and I have a good attitude, people are going to watch it. I learned a long time ago that the best things in life aren't things at all. You know what I value the most in life? We're almost done. I have 2 more minutes. Let me tell you what I value the most in life. I'm not going to get even close to the comments. So at this point, let me just tell you what I value. What's important to me? Love, connection. I value relationships and friendships. That is what's important to me. That's the most important thing to me. I've owned Porsches. I've had a lot of really cool things. Cool things, they all fade away at the end. Nothing matters in this world other than love, being with the right people. So if somebody doesn't like the message, I'm urging you, if you don't like the way I am right now, it's very simple. Number one, chances are you didn't subscribe. And if you did, unsubscribe and don't watch me anymore. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I promise you, because the right people are here watching. The wrong ones are finding other channels. You're not going to hear me swear. You're not going to see negativity here. Oh, I subscribed again, but maybe it's too unsubscribed. I don't know. It could happen. I don't know. Here's what happens. Just so you know, if you subscribe to a channel and months go by and you don't watch it, every so often YouTube does a scrub where let me tell you, when I first started watching the channel, starting this, people would email me. I just started my channel. We don't want to do a sub for sub. I'm like, what? Yeah, you sub me, I'll sub you. I'm like, Something weird. No, I'm not going to sub for sub. Somebody clicks and they don't ever watch, they get scrubbed. But I never get rid of people. That's not true. I shouldn't say that. If somebody said I have rules here. If you break rules, I'm going to bounce you. I've never done that to you, no, Spiro. But I'm glad you're still here. It's a cool thing. All right, it's top of the hour. It means I got to leave. Hey, I'll tell you something. Triggy, good to see you. If I didn't get to your comment, I'm sorry. I really am. It's fast. And my problem is I try to read every single one that's got the C's and the Q's. I can't do it that fast. But I appreciate each and every one of you. That's not fluff. I'm not blowing sunshine up your skirt. Pardon the expression. I care about you all, or I wouldn't be doing this still. You know, it's like almost 8,000 videos, closing in on a decade of doing this. Got to be something wrong with a guy that does this for a decade. But I'm addicted to this, you know, and you guys matter to me. Do me a favor. Style in. Look at that. See this? I just stumbled onto your stream. I'm very interested in listening to you. Subbed and liked. See what I said? When you're a positive person, this is what happens. Style in one shows up. And she's a positive person. That's how it works. And today, somebody that didn't like what I said, they're going to unsubscribe. And to that, I say, attaboy. I love you guys. Between now and tomorrow morning, join me tomorrow morning, please. Tell someone you love them. Hang on a sec. This is worth talking. Real quick. I got to go because Tommy's going on a second. What's a message you can give to everyone watching? You know what? Life is really short. Focus on what matters. If you got a problem with a family member or somebody who's a friend, build that bridge. Don't burn them. Be kind. I promise you, if you're kind, they're going to be kind back to you. It's just that simple. The world's a mirror. The world's a mirror. I love you guys. I really do. Be kind. I'll see you guys in the morning. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time or Central, because it's a time difference. Love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat, South America.